In our last lesson, you've learned the first container type, array. And in this lesson, let's do some exercise together. Let's take a look at our requirements here. You need to place 3 lamps in the game level, blue, red, and green. 5 seconds after the game starts playing, you need to switch on the lamps. You must use array in your solution. You can use all the knowledge you've learned so far to achieve this. Pause the video and think about your own solution. Alright, were you able to figure it out? There are many possible solutions to the challenge. Let's try one together. We can create 2 blueprint classes, one for the switch and one for the lamp. Then we can place these blueprint classes into our game level to create instances. For the blueprint class BP switch, we are going to add a cube to this class so we can see it in the game level. And then we will create a variable which is an array to hold a list of actors. And for the BP lamp, we will add a point light component and a wall lamp static mesh. Alright, let's get to it. First thing first, you need to create a first-person template project. Of course, you can also do it with third person, doesn't really matter. Make sure when you create the project, you include the starter content. Once the project is created, open it and go to the content drawer. In the content drawer, if you don't see the starter content, you need to go to Add Feature or Content Pack, and then you need to click on Content and Starter Content. Since I already have it, I do not need to do that. If you already have the starter content in your project, you should be able to see this folder, starter content. Inside, there are some audios, particles, some other assets we can use in our exercise. Alright, let's go back to the content folder and create a new folder. Let's call it an array. Let's open the folder and create our first class. Let's create the blueprint class for the lamp first. We select actor as the parent and name it BP underscore lamp. Open the class and let's add a component called point light. You will see it right away. And we also going to add a static mesh. Click on the static mesh and go to the details panel. In the static mesh section here, we can click on this drop down menu. Over here, we can search for lamp. There is this sm underscore lamp underscore wall. Okay, let's see what we have here. We can move this lamp a little bit up, the light. That's great. And then we can compile and save it. Let's dock it next to our game level. Open the content drawer. Create another blueprint class. Select actor and name it as BP switch. Open it. Let's add a cube to it. You can also add a static mesh and then choose cube as the mesh, or directly add a cube. Next, let's create a variable and call it lamp array. In the details panel, we can change the type to object types, actor, object reference. Once we do that, we can hold any object in this variable. But this time I want to make it a more specific type, a kind of custom type. Search for BP underscore lamp object reference. And click on this drop down menu. Change the value from single to array. Compile. Save. Let's place the blueprint classes into our game level. Go to the game level. If you don't have it here, you can open it from Quantum Drawer First Person Maps and open it from here. I have it open already. Going back to where my blueprint classes are. And I want to place my lamp first. I want to place one lamp on the wall here. And one here. Another one I want to place it here. If you double click on the items from the outliner, it will focus on it, and hold the Alt key. You can inspect. Now make sure they are not completely in the wall. You will not be able to see it. Go to the second one. The same. Let's take it out a little bit. Third one. You can rotate a little bit. E to rotate. And then move it closer to the wall. That's good. And I want to play the switch somewhere here. Doesn't matter. Somewhere here. Alright, we have a problem because all the lamp now they are on. So if you start the game, they are all on and they are all white, right? We need to turn them off first. Let's open our blueprint class. Click on the point light. In the details panel, we have to search for something called visible. So by default, it's visible. Let's uncheck it. Compile, save. When you go back to the game level, they are turned off. That's great. Now, the most important question. How can we instruct the cube, the switch, to turn off these three lamps? To turn on the three lamps. Well, in the BP switch class, we create this array, but it's empty. You can add some members to it, for example, 3 elements to it, but you can't do anything. You cannot drag like this and drop it over there. You need to do it to the instances, because the blueprint class itself are just game asset. So we need to do it to the instances. Alright, let's go back to the game level and select our switch. Go to the details panel, and then we can start searching for lamp array. Well, you will not be able to find anything. Why? Because that variable we created was not configured to be public. That's why you cannot see it over here. So it's not instance editable at the moment. We need to go back to the BP switch. Go to the variable. Remember this icon with the eye closed? We need to click to open it. Or go to instance editable and check it. Now it's an open eye. Compile, save. Go back to our game level, and you'll notice that it shows the array variable here. You can select directly from the drop-down menu these instances from the lamp, but I would like to know which one is which. So I'm going to do it differently. Click on this picker and then go to the game level. You'll notice the icon has changed to something like a stop icon, because now we are pointing something which is not a BP lamp instance. When we move to this lamp, it changed to the picker icon. Now click on it. You'll notice that the first element item has been inserted into this array. And let's do it to the second one. Click and find the other one. Click. Third one. Alright, now this array has 3 items, and these are object references. Basically, now our cube knows about these 3 instances in our game level. Next, we are going to write code to instruct these instances to switch on their lights when the game starts. Let's go back to the BP switch and click on Event Graph. If you close this accidentally, you can go to the left part here under My Blueprint, click on it. It will open it as well. So I'm going to make this area a little bit bigger. We do not need this event actor begin overlap and event tick. Delete it. We need to make use of the event begin play. The first thing we need to do is to get the array into the event graph. Drag it and get the array. And we do not want the lamp to switch on right away. We need a delay node, so you can drag and search for delay. Let's delay for 5 seconds. because this is an array, we need to loop through the whole array to find every single lamp and then switch on your light. Therefore, we need to check out and search for each loop, the first one. And let's move it to the right and connect the execution pin. So first it will delay and then it will do the loop. On the array element here, let's check out and then search for visibility. The second one, set visibility point light. Move it like this. And connect the execution pin. We need to check the new visibility. So basically what it does is, remember when we were searching the BP lamp visible, that node was finding this property and check it. So okay, everything looks good. Now let's go back to first person map, our game level. Right now our game level is very bright. I want to make it darker so we can see the lights better. If you click in the viewport and then use right control and the L key together, you will be able to change the angle of the sun. Let's make it dark, for example. Like this. And now let's switch it on. Count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The lights are on. Wonderful. However, they are all white. Remember our requirement. So the first one has to be blue, second one red, third one should be green. That is the good thing about having a drawing or a documentation. What you're going to do, you will not forget. Okay, let's go back to our game. But where are we going to change the color of the lamp? Should we go back to the BP lamp? Point light. There is a light color. Alright, let's stop the game first. You can change the point light default color here, but we cannot change it for 3 instances with different color, right? So we keep this default white. We go back to the game level. We need to change the instances. This one. In the details panel, we need to click on the point light. The section here, you will find the light color. Click on it, and we want this one to be blue. Then we do the second one. This one should be red. Click on point light, light color, red. Okay. Third one, point light, green. Now let's play the game again. And count to 5. Awesome. So our solution actually works. You can do more experiments if you want. Just go back to the BP switch. This is where the code is, right? You've learned a lot more method you can use to do something about the array. So for example, you can add item, delete item, a lot more you can try. Blueprint scripting looks a bit intimidating in the beginning, but the more practice, the easier it gets. I really encourage you to use your creativity and to do more experiments with this little example. Alright, that is all for today's lesson. I'll see you in the next one.